So, did you hear? So there's a book that's out that's called The Secret. So it's basically like if you open up not your third eye, your third eye.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
They weren't here for that.
Show me that third eye, girl.
Again?
Yeah, go ahead.
You didn't get a good look the first time?
No.
Pervert. No, don't touch me there. This is my no square.
So basically, it's like you're opening up your sense of surroundings, the environment, being more aware to the environment around you. So once you realize the environment around you and realizing your goals and your dreams and your remaining focused towards it, all you need to do is keep focused and remain hard at work. So we wouldn't remain successful or doing pretty good if it wasn't without you guys.
I could have walked through that fucking door like a home invasion. I could have walked through that door. You got to stay hard at work. Well, I work from home.
I mean, like, you have a wonderful lady, so I'm single.
She don't know what I do. I'm kidding. No.
If you listen to this, that special someone, get your mans.
Yeah.
And welcome to hit the intro.
Fucking do that. Hit the buttons.
That would suck. Welcome to the Article 1776 podcast. I just kind of want to start off with something different, kind of, different tempo, different upbeat.
I came here to shoot ass and eat bubblegum, and I'm all that, but that doesn't even that's not even making sense.
I'm here to kick names and take ass, and I'm all out of names.
I've been working on my Duke Nukem voice.
So.
Stay hard, chew ass.
We read your comments on the last YouTube shorts, so now we're...
By the way, apportion it, you fucks. Use it in a fucking sentence. Get back to me.
we're gonna take a quick minute to kind of disrespect each other, all right? And so that we get prepared for the comments. Scottsdale, your hairline's going further and further back. Now you hit me.
Shut up.
Now a quick little bit for a positive comment.
Like I said, though, use it in a fucking sentence and get back to me. That was the first time I'd ever seen that word used in a sentence. My brain didn't brain when it didn't recognize it. So I stumbled through that. But use it in a sentence and get back to me. I'll wait.
But I will say
I have
this.
popcorn.
You have popcorn?
Oh, I've got a whole box of popcorn.
So I will say this quick second of positive compliments. Scottsdale, you're a wonderful dad and business partner and a hardworking fiance. Not for my part, but for Evie's part. So I will say that. You do a great job at that. Compliments.
I'm trying to. Compliment. Nope, ain't got one.
Fuck you.
I'm kidding. Nah, man. With the last year, the way it was with me, I lost my job to COVID, plus then moved. And basically, this motherfucker became a pack mule, and still gives me shit about it.
Because here's the thing, and I will say this. This guy has a wonderful dream and a fruition to make sure that this thing comes together. And if it wasn't for being who he is, and an awesome dude, if it was some douchebag, I would walk out a long time ago. But since he is who he is,
no, we left that douchebag behind.
Yeah, but since he is who he is, I have his back no matter what.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, man. And the same.
I see you kind of tearing up a little bit.
You're my boy, Blue.
All right. So now, I got some deep news.
Okay, well, let's... Yeah, okay, go ahead. We'll do mine later.
Well, okay, because I kind of need... This is really, really important.
Yeah!
Okay, so did you hear about the Marine Corps corporal, I guess now Lance Corporal, that she's been in the brig for quite a bit of some time, that has been charges dropped, charged back again, charges brought back, and still in the brig because she refused to get the jab because she was in the Marine Corps, and said no, it's unconstitutional.
Yeah.
And no, it's unconstitutional, and was in trouble for it for some time, and because she took her ground, said no, it's unconstitutional. So basically,
Not heard that.
So basically, the Marine that's refusing to get the jab. All right, let me look. Hold on, female Marine that refuses to get COVID. Hopefully I can say that now.
Yeah. It's not a pandemic anymore.
Yeah.
Look, I don't give a shit. You say what you want to say when you want to say it.
Okay. Catherine Arnett, 24 years old, declined to get the vaccine on the basis they were produced using stem cell lines that descend from aborted fetuses. She told Stars and Stripes on January 1st her request for religious exemption said she was denied by the Marine Corps and again on appeal. So, first, she said no. She was on deployment. I know my Marines will say Japan's not, Japan is not a deployment, whatever. But she was in Japan, told to fly back into California, so she can go do this whole court-martial type of stuff. I could be wrong on that. Court-martial, but she said no. I'm going to continue doing my job as a good Marine admin. And
yeah,
this is way back in early 2021, early 2022.
How is this the first time I'm hearing about this, though?
Oh, it's in the slew of... There was a whole slew of military members that wanted to decline to get the shot because of religious exemptions.
Yeah, I get that.
So, but I think this is the first one because I heard it from shout out to Angry Cops. Heard it earlier today about the female Marine that refused to get the shot, wanted to did it on a religious exemption, and then had the charges dropped because they said that they were she was right, they were wrong, basically. And then the chain of command was pissed off knowing that they were wrong, didn't want to admit to it, and wanted to play some fuck games.
So now I knew a soldier in not Fort Wayne, Indiana, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, And he was born Muslim. Like, his family's from overseas. And he's getting his citizenship by joining the army. He had to, now I'm going to say this for what I know it's been called, because I don't know the actual name for it, but his turban that they're supposed to wear for religious whatever. He's allowed to keep that, you know? And it's not part of the U.S. Army's uniform. But because of religious aspects, wow. That sounded bad. For religious aspects, he was able to keep it. Now, that being said, especially given the fact of what the biggest enemy for the United States for a long time was Islamic radicalism. Now, this gentleman obviously wasn't radicalized. He was actually a pretty good dude. But why would you kowtow to one religious belief when, you know, our current enemy at the time was religious ideologist extremists? But you would try an American citizen for not wanting to get the vaccine because she believes, and I'm sure there's science behind it, which is why she believes it, that she might believe that the vaccine was created by using aborted fetus stem cell lines.
I'm sorry. Here's a little bit of a... Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, and the reason that's logical is because, let's say she's Christian or she's Catholic, okay? They do not believe in abortion. They do not believe in contraception of any kind, okay? So then that should fall under the exact same religious practices and protections that any other branch would give any other religion. I think that's an absolute fucking bullshit reason to try to charge an American citizen who was a Marine.
Yeah. And here's her take. Here's a little bit of a background. Marine Corps Air Station Iwakuni, Japan. I apologize if I mispronounce that. Don't do me wrong. If I'm wrong,
he's just
wrong.
a Southern boy.
Yeah. A Marine in Japan is awaiting court-martial in August on charges she said arose from her refusal to accept the COVID-19 vaccine. So I believe that, this is what is quoted, I believe that I am protected from not having to get the vaccine if it contradicts my moral conscience or has components of it that now goes against my religious tenets, she said. Well, court-martial is scheduled... Her trial is scheduled for August 3rd through the 4th at Marine Corps Air Station, Japan, about 25 miles from Hiroshima. Okay, according to the court docket. The Marine Corps charged Arnett with violating Articles 92 and 87 of the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
Hang on a second, I want to look this up.
Which is 92 alleges the failure to obey an order, and Article 87 alleges missing a movement.
Okay, Uniform Code of Military Justice, UMC, ARC, 82, you said? Article 92?
92.
Article 92.
And Article 87.
Wow.
Arnett says
Article 92... Just to clarify real quick, Article 92 defines disobeying a direct order as 3 types of offenses: violations or failures to obey lawful general orders or regulations, failure to obey other lawful orders, and dereliction of duty. That's fucking ridiculous. Well, I mean, violate. Damn, that's fucking. That's a rough line.
Yeah.
And 87?
87 alleges missing a movement. That's what it says in short.
Missing a movement, a text. Any person subject to this chapter who through I'm gonna get so much shit for that. Any person subject to this chapter who, through neglect or design, misses the movement of a ship, aircraft, or unit with which he is required in the course of duty to move shall be punished as a court-martial may direct. That doesn't hold.
Yeah. By the way,
not in this case.
Yeah.
That's just dumb.
And here, I'm getting this off of, and here I'll read it from Stripes.com.
Okay, I read a lot of stuff from Stripes that I've actually found to be fairly true. So if Stripes is reporting that, then I have no issue saying that, you know. Anyway, and, so guess what I got the other day?
Hold on. It says Arnett said she's being prosecuted for refusing to exit the Marine Corps based on her unwillingness to get the COVID-19 vaccine. So here's my fucking problem. If a parent is willing to give their child to, by the age of 18, sometimes 17, 17, 18, or 19 years of age, give their child to the military. I love my Marine Corps, don't get me wrong. But if it's a fucking toxic leadership that is not stepping forward, that's saying, hey, my Marines shouldn't have to do this because it's unconstitutional. If she is meeting said chain of command and saying no, why aren't we backing our fellow service members in the right circumstances?
Because, and I've said this before, this cancel culture is running rampant. It's got our government leaders who are supposed to be powerful shaking in their fucking boots. You've got Mark Miley fucking worried about white anger and shit. Look, bro, like you run the army, right? Like that's your job. Whether it's anger in general when you're on the battlefield, because obviously, your brothers are getting shot at and shit. Mm-hmm. So the anger is kind of general. You have this woke culture basically seeping through every aspect of what we know to be true and right. Mm-hmm. To the point where we have drag queens doing recruiting for the army. I don't need you worried about your fucking makeup when the bombs are dropping. Fuck your stupid pedicure or your manicure and shit. Pick up your goddamn rifle and do your shit. As a civilian, I'm willing to do it. As a civilian, you're willing to do it. Mm-hmm. So, like, why is our military not tough anymore? Like, what the fuck is going on? We're almost, if we didn't have the firepower we had, we'd probably be looked at as one of the most fucking comical militaries in the world.
Yeah,
like if we didn't have the swinging dick we have, mm-hmm. we wouldn't be a damn thing.
I'll tell you what I'll do. If you guys choose to read the rest of it, or from Stars and Stripes, hopefully I will post a link in the description for Stars and Stripes, this article, so that way y'all can get a look at it. So then that way y'all can read further more about it yourselves. And also, I will go on notice in saying that if you guys find out more about the situation, if she needs help, by all means, let us know. Let me ask you a question. Yeah.
How do you feel about stem cell research?
So, for me, that has a different... My view upon it is a little bit... It could be a little bit different. It's a bad situation. It can be, depending upon what happened upon the fetus, whether if it, the mother couldn't do it at the time. I don't know that story. So for me, I know for guys such as Crispy Omar Villa that have gotten better, feeling better because of how they're doing the stem cell research or how they're doing it. So there is a positive side as to how it can be performed. For me,
Yeah.
it's depending upon your religious, how you view upon things, because not everyone has the same thoughts and processes to what I do.
Yeah.
I'm more along the lines of, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you do want to do it, do it. That's from my personal take.
Yeah. I don't think a child should be aborted specifically for the act of, let's say, harvesting stem cells, as bad as it sounds, probably. And I've heard this from the pro-abortion side that, okay, so their view is, okay, abortion is fine, but stem cell research is bad. But consider this. We need that fucking tag, like a card that just goes up. Consider this, and like the whole Bill Nye thing back in the day. If you've aborted your child, why would you not? And this is a question for conversation. This is not a question based on my perception. Okay, it's more for conversation's sake. Now, if you've gone through the thought process and the task of aborting your child, okay, obviously you can't reverse that. Would you not be willing to then say, hey, and just like people who die, they donate their bodies to science, okay? Is it not justifiable to do the same thing with a child in which that mother has aborted?
Yeah.
Under the guise of conversation, think about that. It's not, again, not my statement. It's under the guise of conversation.
Yeah.
Now, my standpoint is this. If it can be proven beneficial through rigorous clinical testing, more rigorous clinical testing than the fucking vaccine got.
Yeah.
With the proper funding, the proper application, and the proper research and verification and controlled standards that you should do with something like that, would you then not be why would you not be able to consider that even a possibility? That, yes, you've taken an action, but you can also further donate to the pursuit of that science. Hate me for it. That's fine. But at the same time, like, it's a talking point that opens up channels for conversation.
Yeah. Here's the thing that what people don't understand. And I'm sure you read that one comment, a couple of comments that we had below. Some people like, how dare you have the audacity to use a hashtag page. Every single patriotic person has their own single individual opinion. Those opinions, we are meant for here to be, we can be challenged. Thoughts can be challenged. The only way that we can grow is if we challenge ourselves by mentally, not only just physically, but mentally as well, by seeing that there's more than one option. Everyone has their own opinion out there. Yeah. So I could go, and I'm just using this as an example, I could be like, the abortion and whatever this, but then something Scottsdale could say, like, it can make me think, like, maybe he's right. And that's that's sadly what today is missing out on.
Yeah. That generalized conversation. Like, it's not like I'm having a conversation with you to try to sway your thinking. Obviously, I can't do that. We are people of morals. Most of us are, at least.
Yeah.
Some of us more often than not. Obviously you have your morals. You're going to stick to your guns. That's fine. But at least understand the other side of the conversation before you get mad and shut shit down. Like, no, I don't think that people should be aborting their children specifically for, you know, science. Well, whatever you do, obviously we can't sway that because that's the issue we're having now.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, let's bring some good out of that bad, or not, you know, but like at least have that avenue for conversation. You get people who are just like, nope, that's it. We got to do better, man. Got to do better.
Yeah, and I know that you wanted to speak upon something with that you really wanted to talk about.
Well, so here's the thing. Like, I probably would have had a kid a long time ago before my daughter was born. Mm-hmm. But the lady, you know, she got an abortion. So, like, it's like, what could have been? And then, like, what good could have come out of that? Mm-hmm. And it's just, I don't know. It's a sticky situation for everybody, that topic itself. I never bring it up for, like, a bad conversation. I'm not going to slam anybody for making their decisions. Like,
do you want me to? Because I think I know what route that you're going down. Do you want me to kind of ease it in for you?
No, it's fine. But you know, everything doesn't have to be such a huge problem. Like, we're fucking adults. We can work shit out. Mm-hmm. Stop hating everybody. I thought we were supposed to get rid of all the hate.
Yeah. I'll say this too.
I fucking hate you, Warhammer.
I fucking hate you. No, I love you too. Dad?
That's some sour milk.
But no, here I will say this, and 9 times, and I don't know if I could be probably somewhat to blame on some situations too. But
it's all your fault.
Oh yeah, I can, like, a hard head goes for a soft ass. That's what I've been told for when I was young.
So don't do that. That's an exit, not an entrance.
But no, from what I've always said is that communication is key, in jobs and relationships and everything else like that.
I'm glad you said that. I have to send an email to my boss later.
Communication is key. We're our own bosses, so the other one can fuck out. No, I'm just kidding. Communication is key in relationships, business, friendships, whatever have you. So say, like, gentlemen, if you haven't said to the lady that, yo, I want a kid or don't want a kid, or whatever sexuality that you are, like saying that if you're in a gay or lesbian relationship, whatever. If you're not saying to your partner, yo, I want a kid or whatever, or not want a kid, if you're not telling them either one of those things, that's on you. But if you're saying it and your partner is kind of like wincing, like, away from it, it's not necessarily a sign. They have to say, okay, well, I don't think so. I don't think I'm feeling right for that. There's 2 routes or avenues that can happen. First off, in some relationships, you're going to have to come to a compromise with. If you're willing to be with that person and compromise for them, then go ahead, you know. Or if you're willing, like, oh,
if not, get the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. And there are some ladies or other partners, whatever, that will not communicate as well. And then that's where, did she at least communicate with you saying that she didn't want the kid?
I didn't know until years later. Like 6 years later.
Okay. So, like, that's the
thing. I had no idea it was even a peanut. Like, I had no idea.
Ladies, we're not saying that this isn't your body, this is not your choice. We're saying that communication might be awesome to them in that way, that we could feel, okay, at least we know. Because
what if I wanted a choice?
Yeah. Like, there are some reasons as to why men are the leading subjects as to suicide or forever sleep.
I have something to say. For all the women who are going through all this process to be a dude, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah.
It is not all it's cracked. Like, I am proud that I'm a man. Through and through. I got no issue with it. I've never questioned it, never needed to. But the amount of shit dudes go through, not just me, not just him, but dudes. Dudes everywhere from 16 to 60. The amount of shit dudes go through is ridiculous. The amount of expectations that are brought on you just because you are a man are ridiculous. It's just like all the expectations that are brought upon you as a woman might be ridiculous too. It's the same. Like, neither one is better than the other.
Yeah.
Fuck all. Like, no matter how shitty your life is as a woman, it probably is just as shitty for another man somewhere in this world.
And I'm going to drop a bomb on everyone right now. You want to do this? You want me to do this?
Send it, man. Moab.
I'm going to go a full send.
Go Moab.
The reason why men were able to have the right to vote first further than women, because when you look at things such as war, for the draft, men would be primarily the ones drafted to fight for their country and die for it.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, they looked at it in a situation as to, primarily men are going off to wars and fighting for the country and dying. Not to say that some women haven't sacrificed, there have been badasses. But if you look at the numbers, men have ultimately covered up that whole entire spectrum of death for fighting for country, combat action of war, all of that.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's just all... We're finding the most stupid reasons to fight with each other, in my honest opinion.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary even raising a kid nowadays. Just for what can happen. Like, it scares me having a kid, to be honest with you.
And I will say this too, to further back this up. The Marine Corps did a kind of like a trial, a test or something like that. They did a all-female SOI, School of Infantry.
Yeah, we've talked about this before.
I think 3 of the 24, they were held up to the men's standard of SOI, School of Infantry. 3 of the, I think it was 24, only passed. Only 3.
Yeah, you said something about that a while back.
So, there's that too.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, if I'm just repeating myself, then I'm sorry. But...
No, it's not that. I'm just thinking, man, like... Alright, moving out of this. Yeah, I saw a video today, and this is something I wanted to touch about earlier. I saw a video today. I found the military gets rid of surplus ammo. Dig a huge pit, or dump a bunch of gasoline on it, light it on fire, send it off. Mm-hmm. You paid for that ammo. I pay for the ammo. If they're not going to use it, why can't we use it?
Right.
Why doesn't it get back to the market? Why isn't it, allotted to the people? We pay for it.
Is that a question? Okay.
No, like, it's mostly a question to anybody. Like, really, if you think about it, we pay for the shit.
Well, I think...
Our tax dollars, your blood, sweat, and tears, and anybody else who is in the Marine Corps with you, or the Army, or the Navy, or the Air Force, we the people, we pay for it. We the people, we pay for everything.
I will say this. This is just my opinion. I think it's because... no one thinks this is kind of what I do. the way that I do. It's the shootings, I guess, but people don't think that how the guns could be illegally brought in from cartels from Mexico and all that stuff, and the black market, all that stuff. So for me, I think that they should have sent it to ammo companies, or sent it to where have us civilians kind of protect yourselves.
Mm-hmm. It should ain't what it should be, man. But as citizens, and we have the First and Second Amendments, it's our right and it's our duty to change it. We've done it before. Our ancestors have done it before. Mm-hmm. I don't think it needs to be violent, but I think there is a lot of reform in government that needs to be taken care of. But the only problem is it's a human factor. The human factor for this problem is the fact that humans are inherently power hungry and money greedy. Like we're just fucking greedy things. Like, we're greedy creatures. Not all of us. Some of us are pretty fucking humble. Mm-hmm. But humans as a whole, I think, are we're horrible. Like, any civilization, any kind of government civilization where there's a form of control, there's always going to be someone trying to control that form. And I don't think if we have a centralized government like we do, I don't think that it's going to, I don't think it's going to work so much. Like, I honestly, and I can say this for you too, we believe in our Constitution. Mm-hmm. The Constitution was written because we didn't like the way we were governed, and I feel nowadays more than ever, since then, people are waking up to find out that they don't like the way they're being governed. Let's try to keep it peaceful and do it the proper way, the way the system is supposed to work. But there's a lot of powers, I feel, that are trying to push for something a little more violent, and it's ridiculous. We shouldn't be going against each other. Like, we should be taking everything and going against the government in the correct channels. But with the corruption the way it is, it'll never happen.
Yeah. I think that a lot of times people will say, oh, look at places that have socialism. Especially on those on the far left. And like, look how well it went for Venezuela.
Italy?
Yeah.
The USSR?
Yep.
Former and now current? Right? Hey, look, communism sucks, and that's why Russia's poor. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Maybe not so much anymore, but, like, communism doesn't work. You know what? Reagan said it best. There are 9 words that every citizen must fear. Hello, I'm with the government, and I'm here to help.
Yeah.
The government shouldn't be doing shit for us. I mean, to the extent, like, and I've said this before on our show, on our podcast here. The government should know nothing about you. You are a private citizen, but we should know everything about the government because it's a public service. But it's not a public service anymore. It's getting run like a private fucking piggy bank. And you got fucking elite pedo rings, you fucking pizza eaters. You got Clinton in a fucking red dress on Epstein's island in a chair. Like, what the fuck is that all about, bro?
I haven't even seen that.
What? You didn't see that photo?
No.
It's either a red or a blue dress. I can't remember, but it's Bill Clinton draped over a fucking chair in a dress. Now, I don't know if Bill actually wore the...
Why was he draped over?
It's a painting. Okay? It's a painting. I don't know if Bill Clinton actually sat for that model painting, for that as that model for the painting, but that's exactly the picture. I swear to shit. So, like,
That's
our government is fucked from the inside out. Yeah, our government is fucked from the inside out, and it sucks.
I don't want to see. I don't want to have that image in my head anymore.
Bill Clinton in a dress.
Here's something that might fuck your mind a little bit. Hillary in a bikini.
Dude, I've got her in a fucking corset on my wall.
No, there was I think it was like a Photoshop image of her in the bikini. Oh, don't show me.
Now, I'm sure this is photoshopped.
I'm going to put that as part of the thumbnail.
It says, Mistress from Hell, starring Hillary Clinton. Whips, chains, and pain were her game. Bondage was her specialty. Public humiliation is her pleasure. Co-starring Ted Kennedy and Al Gore. See Ted bound and whipped and see Al licking boots. A Capitol Hill production. When we moved from Florida, I found this in my house. I have no idea where this came from. So, Hillary, here you go. Fuck you.
From a certain viewpoint, do you know who she looks like?
I would have said maybe like a young Meg Ryan or
Miley
possibly
Cyrus.
Like, ugh.
Kind of shouts at. Blah, 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 blah.
See,
Shots
and
fired.
nobody's gonna fuck with you.
Shots fired at you, Miley. That's right. I
Like
said
if she hadn't turned the way she did, she probably could have looked pretty hot. But you know,
possibly.
I don't give a shit.
On this episode of which Democrats we could return more freedom loving, AOC has a nice ass, but I wouldn't touch her teeth.
I don't even have anything for that. Fuck. I don't want to be here anymore. This is bullshit.
I'm going to use that as a short.
What, the fact that I want to be here anymore? I'm going to go to bed now. I got work to do.
You just get up and leave. Bye.
Oh, are we done? Bye. Ow. I pulled my ear forward.
It's not kinky at all, sir.
Ain't that how you would like it? Look, so you know that YouTuber Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
I was in a store yesterday, and I got a Mr. Beast candy bar, one of those little chocolate bars that he had, that he makes, or that he puts his name on. Whatever. Not too bad.
Do they taste?
Not too bad.
What do they taste
taste
like?
good. They taste like regular chocolate. Like this is chocolate and peanut butter. This one's called D's Nuts. It literally says D's Nuts.
So is it kind of like Reese's? And that's like a wafer type of form.
No, it's still a chocolate bar. Like it's just got little peanut butter bits in it.
Yeah, because from the front it looks like wafers.
It's good. It's only got 7 ingredients. It's actually pretty fucking good. So, you know, milk, cocoa, flour, not flour, sugar, or stuff like that. I'm thinking about baking a cake. What the fuck am I doing? But it's good. I've been eating on it all day.
Well, there you go. It's just been, I don't know. Some crazy shit.
World, get your head out of your ass.
Right?
You got bigger fish to fry. Bigger fish to fry. Mirage is getting close.
Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed's getting close, man. I saw the fucking thing today.
For those of you that don't
There was
know,
a little article about it.
for those of you that don't know, or haven't been paying attention on going on our Twitch streams, I've been replaying pretty much almost all of the Assassin's Creed games. So I'm on AC Brotherhood right now, and just to really relive through the Ezio trilogy, and so then that way I can get my fix about, because I watched a YouTuber, Meg Mage, do a playthrough. I've been watching a couple of people doing Assassin's Creed playthroughs through that, and I was like, man, I really miss Assassin's Creed. I wanted to play through it, and it's kind of like, now it's basically like an itch I can't scratch. I wanted to scratch, but I want to fucking get to it. I can't wait for it to come out. Like I'm gonna probably play it the moment that it comes out.
You saving up for like that big box pre-order shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I play on Xbox Live, so it hasn't come out for digital yet. Or it hasn't.
No,
been
I know
released.
that, but like, I'm just saying, like, that's what you're gonna go for. You're gonna go for like that special edition pre-order shit.
Yeah, like that shit's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
So I'm debating upon, after playing Brotherhood and then Revelations, I might go forward and play AC3 again, and then probably go into Black Flag again. And then going into all the others, possibly.
I didn't beat Black Flag. I have to beat Odyssey still. I have to re-download it. Odyssey is pretty. Odyssey is pretty.
Yeah. Have you played Origins?
Yeah, I'm halfway through Origins.
So,
I don't play it on stream because I always end up like just getting off on tangents and shit.
Do you know what's his wife's name?
I don't remember.
So, did you know this? If you play in kind of back to back or close to each other, I'm gonna spoil it for you. It's been years, so fuck it. Bayek's wife, who happens to have worked for Cleopatra, kills what's his name? Caesar. Then flees off to Rome and then changes her name. She then had a statue made after her from the Brotherhood. So if you go into Ezio's basement at the villa, well, his uncle's basement in the villa, and there's a whole bunch of statues, guess who happens to be one of them?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I played Assassin's Creed 2.
Bayek's wife is in one of the statues.
I don't know.
Is one of the statues.
I don't know if I can find it now, but like I've been looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get all of the Assassin's Creeds and then play them chronologically. And chronologically speaking, it starts with Odyssey. If you go chronologically, like in canon order, Odyssey is first, Origins is next, and then so on and so forth.
Is it? Then I think it would be Odyssey, Origins. Is it Valhalla or?
I believe it's actually one Assassin's Creed 1 with Altair, and then I'd have to look it up. Alright, how to play Assassin's Creed in chronological order. So it goes like this. Assassin's Creed Odyssey takes place between 431 and 422 BC. 400 years earlier than any other mainline game. So 400 years before Origins. Origins is 49 BC to 44 BC. Mirage is supposed to take place between 861 and then they don't have another date for that one. So we'll say 861 to 872 because 872 is Valhalla. So 872 to 878 is Valhalla. Then Assassin's Creed 1, Assassin's Creed 2, 1476 to 1499. Brotherhood. Revelations. Black Flag. Rogue. Assassin's Creed 3. Unity. Syndicate. And that's the chronological list if you're doing it by date.
And you know what's really amazing to me?
Is how they used actual history and merged it in with their storyline.
Yeah, I like that.
Basically built a storyline around historical events that they've altered to work for their stories.
Yeah, and you know what's also amazing? You know what's amazing to me too? You know what game that they were going to make this for, or kind of base this around? Prince of Persia.
Yeah, Prince of Persia was a good game though.
Yeah,
Prince of Persia was a very good game. The original game, that was a fucking great game.
So
plenty of hours on that.
You only kind of makes me wonder what if they went along with that plan and they didn't have these 15 years of Assassin's Creed, damn near 15 years.
Nope, I want it. I like it.
So it's a good thing that they did throw it out, and then
yeah, I've said it before when it comes to game. I'm a huge fan of original storylines. High on Life, original storyline, fucking great game. The Jedi game, the last two Jedi games, original stories, fucking badass. Cyberpunk, the story for Cyberpunk, maybe not the game so much, but the story for Cyberpunk, awesome. I actually have the book for the God of War, not the recent one, but the one before it, when it first introduces Atreus. Like, great storyline. I mean, yeah, it's based off, Norse religion and stuff like that. So, like, it's kind of like if you know that stuff, you already kind of figure what was going on. But, like, awesome stories.
Yeah.
Give me the storyline. Fuck the multiplayer shit. Give me the storyline. Entertain me.
Scott said,
"Are you not entertained?"
Do you know what company has an awesome ass storyline with freedom involved?
Does it entertain?
Yes, it does.
Article 1776, you heathens.
Yes, article1776.com. Guys, go pick you up a Liberty or Death t-shirt. We got several more in the works. I want to say thank you all so much.
Spicy ones, too. Spicy ones, too.
Yeah. And
I like the spice.
We love it. Scottsdale, please give them your socials. Pretty please.
No. They're going to find me and talk shit about me mispronouncing words again. I don't give a fuck. Scottsdale87. All across the board. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Swing by, say hi, cuss me out. I don't give a shit. Those I probably won't respond to most of them.
I am Matthew Kicklighter. You can find the link on my socials in the description below. I want to say thank you all so much. Scottsdale, do you have a dad joke?
When does a joke become a dad joke?
When a dad's involved?
No, when it leaves and doesn't come back.
Sock, that's dark and twisted. Okay.
Have a good night.